If your 2022 to 2026 Honda is experiencing windshield wiper failure or the blades are sitting crooked, do not replace the wiper switch or the fuses until you check the wiper motor assembly. It is very easy to assume that a modern car with barely any miles on it has a simple electrical glitch or a blown fuse. However, thousands of owners of newer Civics and CR-Vs are finding out that the problem is much deeper than a 10-cent fuse. We are going to explain why the obvious fix is usually the wrong one in this case, and what the real underlying defect is. There is a specific reason why your local mechanic might not be able to find the answer in a standard repair manual yet. We will also break down exactly what this is going to cost you to fix once the manufacturer reaches a final conclusion on the parts. This issue is currently affecting a massive range of high-volume Honda vehicles. Specifically, we are looking at the 2022 through 2026 Honda Civic, the 2023 through 2026 Honda CR-V, and the 2023 through 2026 Honda HR-V. These are some of the most popular vehicles on the road today, which makes the scale of this investigation significant for everyday drivers. The symptoms usually start with something small that many drivers ignore at first. You might notice your wipers don't quite return to that perfectly flat, horizontal position when you turn them off. They might sit an inch or two higher on the glass than they used to, or they might look slightly tilted. This is known as a park position error, and it is the first warning sign that the motor is failing. Eventually, the symptoms get much worse. Many owners report that the wipers simply stop working entirely, often in the middle of a rainstorm or a heavy snow. Because this affects vehicles as new as the 2026 model year, these failures are happening long before the hardware should be wearing out. It is a major safety hazard to lose visibility suddenly while driving at highway speeds. If you take your car to a shop, you might expect to see a specific check engine light or a dashboard warning. However, since the wiper system is often controlled by the body control module, or BCM, standard cheap code readers might not show anything at all. You really have to look at the physical behavior of the wipers to know there is a problem. American Honda Motor Company has actually launched an official product quality research investigation into this exact issue. They are specifically looking at reports of total wiper motor failure and visible alignment problems. This isn't just a maybe situation. The manufacturer is actively hunting for the root cause across 3 different models. The interesting part of this investigation is how Honda is handling it at the dealership level. Usually, a dealer will just swap out a broken part and send you on your way. But for this specific wiper issue, Honda has instructed service departments to contact corporate technical staff before they touch anything. They want to see these vehicles in their as-failed state to figure out if it's a software bug or a mechanical defect. The root cause seems to be a struggle between the internal mechanical fatigue of the motor and how the software tracks the wiper's position. If the motor gets out of sync with the computer, it can cause the wipers to hit the side of the windshield frame or simply seize up. Honda is trying to determine if the motors themselves were manufactured incorrectly or if the body control module is pushing them too hard. On forums and sites like Reddit, owners have expressed a lot of frustration with this. One CR-V owner mentioned that their wipers failed during a blizzard with less than 10,000 miles on the odometer. Others have noted that when they take the car in, the dealership sometimes keeps the vehicle for several days because they have to wait for a response from Honda's corporate engineers. If you notice your wipers are acting up, the best thing you can do is document it immediately. Take a photo or a video of the wipers when they are in that weird resting position. Because this is an active investigation, having clear evidence of the misalignment helps the technicians give the right data to Honda corporate. This can actually speed up your repair process. Do not try to force the wiper arms back into position by hand. Many drivers assume the linkage is just loose and try to manually push the wipers down. This can actually strip the gears inside the motor or damage the linkage further, which might complicate your warranty claim. It is better to let the dealership see the crooked position exactly as it happened. Now, let's talk about the repair direction. Since Honda is still in the research phase, the standard fix right now is a total replacement of the front wiper motor assembly. In some cases, they may also need to inspect the wiper linkage to ensure nothing was bent when the motor failed or moved out of alignment. For those of you who are outside of the bumper-to-bumper warranty, or if you are dealing with a high-mileage 2022 model, the costs can be surprising. Even though it is a relatively small part, the labor involved in removing the cowl and accessing the motor adds up quickly. Plus, genuine Honda parts for these newer generations are currently priced at a premium. A typical independent shop will likely charge you for about 2 hours of labor plus the cost of the motor assembly. With labor rates around $95 per hour, you are looking at roughly $190 in labor plus about $250 for the part. This brings the total estimate for an independent repair to approximately $440, depending on local parts availability. If you go to a dealership, the cost will be higher due to their increased labor rates and the use of factory-certified parts. Dealership labor often hovers around $145 per hour. When you combine 2 hours of labor with the dealership's markup on the motor assembly, the total bill usually lands between $650 and $800. Keep in mind that if Honda eventually issues a formal recall based on this research, you might be eligible for a refund if you paid for this repair out of pocket. That is why it is vital to keep every single receipt and service record. If the product quality research turns into a full safety recall, those documents are your ticket to getting your money back. The most important thing to remember is that this is not a part you should ignore. Windshield wipers are a critical safety component, and a misalignment is the car's way of telling you a total failure is coming. If you see those blades sitting high on the glass, get the vehicle to a service center before the next big storm hits. Have you noticed your wipers sitting at a weird angle or failing completely on your new Civic or CR-V? Let us know in the comments what your dealership said and if they had to call Honda Corporate to fix it. If this video helped you understand what's going on with your car, please hit the like button and subscribe for more updates on this investigation.